Here we go. Real Life Game Changers podcast. How I went from losing my mind to then owning it. Yeah, owning it. That's what we're going to be discussing in this week's episode. So I am here on the Game Changer podcast. Normally I have guests on here, but today I thought it was super important to bring the enlightened learnings from my game that happened over the weekend. Yeah. But like this, I tell you what people are going to learn from listening to this. Yeah. From listening to this podcast, what people are going to learn are what happens if I'm not actually running my business and like my business run me. Yeah. Also, like what are all the little incremental things that take people out of running a successful business, getting successful property deals, raising capital and finance to fund those deals, and pretty much get what it is and get where they want to get to in life. So, whoever's watching, give me some comments because I want to know what platform you're watching it on as well. So, this is being streamed across different platforms. If people are listening to this on the podcast, this could be anywhere. So, also do reach out on social media on the Mark Harvey Facebook page or Real Life Group page. Same across Instagram, same across LinkedIn, same on YouTube. You can go ahead and do that because there's going to be some very important lessons here for someone who wants to build wealth, number one, and have financial stability, have a financial plan and how to overcome the problems and the challenges. Also, people who want to have, physical health and freedom to be able to enjoy any wealth that they actually start cooking up, to have mental strength to be able to overcome any challenges, any problems, any hate from other people. The mental side of the game, like, what are some of the things in the mental side of the game that take people out? Like anxiety, self-doubt, lack of confidence, a lot of little voices. So you're going to learn about a lot of little voices that are going to come up in business, going to come up in property, going to come up in anything that you're trying to do here. What about the emotional world? So how emotions take over people's lives, they take over people's businesses. Oh my God. Emotions take over people's businesses, they take over people's relationships. And like, I'm not saying I know how to stop this from happening because I hadn't even worked that out. But what I've learned is to be able to be more aware in the moment. And that's all the different things that you're going to learn: how to run a business, how to run teams, which, by the way, on our DYTP mastermind, which happens once a month for our Real Life University members and also the Real Life Tribe, is we're going to be looking at how you build and scale a remote team. Yeah, because that's super important, as well as the physical team that I got in all different businesses that I have in property investing, in property development, in the construction, in the training, in all of these different areas, in the resorts team. We also got a big ass remote team that operate magic behind the scenes that not a lot of people see. Yeah, so that is also important. So also having a connection and a higher purpose, which comes out of spiritual. So these are 5 freedoms we're always working on. Our mission here is to have every being on the planet free, financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And what we're going to learn about, what we're going to touch on. So let me know in the comments, where are you watching this? What is it that is going on for you in your day right now? Yeah, just even just put an emoji or something. Yeah, just let yourself be known. And so I know who I'm talking to and who is live, and people who are going to reach out after as well. So let me talk about what happened. Yeah, and how the hell of playing 10 hours of tennis across Saturday and Sunday helped me so much in my life, helped me so much in my business, and how you can leverage what I'm about to discuss in this episode for you to win in life and get some more deals, raise some more money, get some checks popping in as well to pay you money. Does anybody even still use checks? Yeah, anyone still use checks? Plenty of checks here. Is anybody using cash? Some people are using cash still, or some people are only using cards. We only got cards here. But anyway, if you want to fill your wallet, you're going to also have your pillar of health, your physical health. So this is what happened. So for those that may have been following the tennis journey before, I played 21 games in tournaments, like LTA ranked games, and lost them all. 21 games, the first 21 games. It wasn't until the 22nd game that I finally then won. So then I went out there and I continued and I had a bit more confidence, started hitting some better shots. So then I'm going into the next tournament. This was a Saturday just gone. So I don't know when you listen to this, but this was a Saturday just before I'm recording this. Yeah. So what happened is I go into this tournament and I get to see who's in the bracket, and you can see how many games they've played. Now I've been playing 6 months. So a 35-year-old in tennis actually is classed as a veteran. Maybe I should enter some veteran comps. Yeah, see what happens there. Yeah, classed as a veteran, but they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So I thought I'd put my mindset to the test and take everything I learned so far in 35 years of my life, all the failures, all the misery, all the heartache, all of the abusing my physical body, blowing my money, not having any money, having stress, anxiety, drugs, alcohol, food addictions, all of this crazy stuff. A lot of people don't talk about. Sometimes it can be embarrassing. Look, I'll be honest. When I was in the midst of stuff, then I wouldn't be sitting there saying, yeah, this is my problem. So anyone who ever does that is very brave. Yeah. But I thought I'd put myself to the test. I said, right, I'm going to see if I could go win Wimbledon in 1 year. Yeah. Everybody laughed at me and everybody's still laughing. Yeah. So 6 months in, we're seeing, hey, what could happen when I set such a lofty goal? Now we've recorded and we're building a documentary on this. So I think it's so valuable. People understand this journey. There's going to be plenty of, magic that's going to come from this. And I've actually started already building it into the training programs that we already deliver inside our businesses, outside our businesses, which is the community for real life and the property wealth stuff and all of that. But here's the key thing. So I said I want to go out there and do that. Now, because I set such a big goal versus saying, oh, I might start to go play tennis. If I'd have just said I might start to go play tennis, I'd have already given up by now. I'd have already stopped. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have, figured out that, yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah, but because I said I'm going to go win Wimbledon, the first thing I said I'm going to do, I'm going to go get a coach. I need a mentor. If I'm going to start being good at tennis, I've got to start hanging around people who are good at tennis. This is the same for business. So I'm going to build in my lessons here for you. You see, I didn't realize when I was younger, like if I need to get into something, I'm going to start hanging around with people that are doing it. Yeah. So what I started doing, or not started doing, but what I was doing is just hanging around with, people who were not doing the things that I wanted to do. And we were talking amongst ourselves to see how we could either go and do it, or some people might say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Anything other than actually have proven methods, formulas, somebody who's been there, done that. We had plenty of people around us when we were kids that could tell you, that they never made it and what they would do differently, but still they never made it. So, okay, I got what you would do now, but how about following someone what they do? So with tennis, I thought, first thing I want to do, I'm going to get myself out there and I'm going to get around people. So I got myself a coach. I started telling people, first of all, and we actually train people who have raised hundreds, some even millions of pounds in private investor finance to fund their property deals, people who are overcoming all the challenges in the market with rising costs for builds and construction, rising costs in the bills as well, utilities, costs, all costs are rising, interest rates are rising, and all of the things I'm going to be talking about right here are some of the things that are built into what we've taught. So here's the thing. I'm going out there. I'm saying I'm going to go win Wimbledon. I've got to get myself a coach. So I get myself a coach, and they start doing the training and the coaching. Now, once I've learned how to swing and technically how to do it, I could now go back to just hitting, right, on my tennis court myself, buy a ball machine, hit. I tell you something, every time, once or twice a week, I do it as much as I can with the coach, a couple of hours a time. So I'm doing like between 2, 4, sometimes 6 hours a week with the coaching on top of the other additional stuff. So I'll give you an idea, right? This also includes my morning yoga that I do. This also includes my workouts that I do with my personal trainer. But in February, which is the shortest month of the year, I worked out for 107 hours in that month. Yeah, that's over 4 days. 4 days is 94 hours. Yeah, so I'm putting some time and some shift here, and it's increasing my abilities across everywhere, because how you do anything is how you do everything. And that's why in this podcast episode, you're going to learn how to translate this into any area of your life. I'm going to use business, I'm going to use property, and I'm going to use tennis, but you could use anything and anywhere. Yeah. So let me know if you've got any questions, by the way, for the people who are live. It'd be good for the people who are listening on podcasts and recordings and not watching it live. But put hashtag live, by the way, if you're watching it live. Yeah. Put hashtag replay if you are watching it on the replay. And by the way, hit the share button. You know what I'm going to do? Yeah. At the end of this, you go buy this book, £27 online, plus the shipping, posting and packaging. So I don't know how much it costs in total. But by the end of this, I'm going to give one of these away signed for free. Yeah, for free. So at the end of this show, all you need to do to qualify, by the way, and we'll call it out at the end, is hit share button. Yeah, hit the share button and let us know when you've shared it. And then tag at least 10 people. Now, if you're in the tribe, you've got to tag 10 people in, 10 people out of the tribe. Yeah, and I'll get this on the way to you. Yeah, this is the gold mine. This is literally what will give you go from 0 to 2 million to 10 million. Yeah, cool. Now, what we'll also do, actually, by the way, is not only just give this book away, but I'm going to send it to your house for free, because obviously we'll ask for your address. We'll send it to your house. Then I'm going to actually invite you to the next event for free, VIP. If you've already been, you can give the ticket to someone else. But then what we'll do is we'll get it signed for you, and I will give you literally a one-on-one session. You bring this book to me, whoever wins it tonight, and I'll give you a one-on-one session to help you move forward in your property business. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So hit the share button and then tag at least 10 people. That is what will get you qualified for. And we give you a shout out at the end. So you've got to be here at the end to make sure you're getting all the gold of this session right here. So now let me go back. What was I saying? Yeah, so tennis. How does this relate to business? You're going to find out during this episode. So I set the big goals. I went out and got a coach. So I got a coach, getting mentoring, asking everyone, always asking for tips. All the tournaments that I do after the game, even sometimes before, if I'm practicing with someone who I'm not actually drew against, I'm always asking them for tips. You always got to be open. Yeah, but once you start getting tips, you've got to put them into practice. So I'm wrapping up like 35 years of failing, never being good enough, never quite making it. Everything I set out to do, never really, established it, never got that strong foothold until the last, I would say probably 5-6 years where it all started to come to fruition. Even before then, when I thought I was, living the life I wanted, I was working 90 to 100 hours a week. Yeah, and I was putting a shift in, man, and I thought that's what success was. I wanted to build these businesses. I wanted to train these salespeople who could sell ethically. I wanted to change the world's perception on selling, all of this crazy stuff, right? And I thought that was a life I wanted to live, until I realized, wow, actually, there's more times. You can have time to do hobby. You can see kids. You can have more than 2 weeks vacation, all of these things. Yeah. And this is also what I'm learning and realizing now, that building a property portfolio, building passive incomes, allowing me to pursue this challenge now, which is the tennis, and go win Wimbledon. Yeah. So if there's anyone out there that's got Djokovic's number, I'd like to hook up with him, do some hits, maybe even get him on here, do some interviews. Let me know who you'd like to have some interviews on it. Yeah, that'd be super cool. So anyway, I lost the first 21 games. And then I won the 22nd. Then I go into this next tournament on Saturday, right? And I'm drew against the second seed. For those who don't know what seeding is, like, you'll have a top seed and a second seed. Apparently, these are the best people on paper. Yeah. So I'm drew in my first game, second seed. Guys played a few hundred games, and I play like 20-something games, right? 23 games. Yeah. And I'm going in there. We're doing a warm-up. I'm thinking, yeah, this guy's good, but can I beat him? Can I beat him? Yeah. So I go bang, bang, bang. Lost 4-love. Yeah. Lost off the pitch. That's it. So the way it works, if you win, you're going to obviously go towards a final. If you lose your first game, you start playing towards a consolation final. So then I go into the second game, and I'm playing another guy, and we're warming up, and I'm thinking, yeah, we're about level here. We're about level. So the first set, and I can't believe it, the first set, 4-love. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Some lucky points, some, miss hits from here or there, no judgment. That's what I'm learning from my training, right? That's what I learned from Timothy Galloway and all of this, inner game of tennis and all of that. And I use this in property investing. So I tell you something, when things don't start going your way in tennis, it can blow up quickly. When things don't start going your way in business or property, people then start hesitating, and it's a longer drawn out process. You see, after a few hits of the ball, if it's not going my way, things blow up, and it's right there and then that I see the result. You see, in business, in property investing, in raising finance, people don't see the result till sometimes a few weeks. It could be days, could be weeks, could be even months down the line of all of the graft, all of the formulas, all of doing the right thing for the right reason that you're putting in. Sometimes it won't show till later, but in tennis, it shows up straight away. So this is great because it magnifies, and this is why in our trainings, when we do 2-day trainings, we do 4-day trainings, we've got implementation weeks that we do. Like, I always build in very practical, experiential games that blow things up. So it's like, wow, I can see it magnifies your mindset. It magnifies how you manage money. It magnifies your emotions to money, your emotions to negotiating, your emotions to taking action, your mindset to taking action. And that's really what we need to see. I mean, who would agree that? If anyone's watching live, like, who's agree? Let me know what you're taking away from this right here. Yeah, because I think that's important that we kind of we do that. I hope people are not driving. Maybe you're driving, listening to on that podcast. I know plenty of people do that. Yeah, so anyway, second game, for love. So then I've got to turn this on. So I'm digging deep in the mind, calming myself down, and I'm not losing my mind here. Previous tournament, I wanted to smash the racket over my head, wanted to throw the racket out the court, all this crazy stuff. But I'm like, no, calm, got it now. I know I can win. I've done it. So I know it's possible. I know, there must be some block I've got over. And this is the same thing for a lot of people in business. They won't leave their job to pursue a business, or they won't do their business on the side. They won't make them moves. They won't get that first client. They won't get that first property deal. They won't make that first call because of the hesitation, the self-doubt, not sure if it's going to work. But another thing is, don't want to put the effort in and seem to be losing. Because it's easy to show up when you're winning. Yeah, easy to show up when you're winning, but to show up when you're losing, now that's a tough gig. Self-doubt, not good enough. Maybe the other person's embarrassed. Maybe they feel sorry for me. It's a little bit awkward when all of these things start showing up. So then what happens is we actually take the second set, to 3-all. So then it's a tiebreaker. So I've got to win this tiebreaker to then take it to, so then it'll be 1-all. So your first tiebreaker, 3-all to win the set, is a tiebreaker to 7. You've got to win first to 7 points. You've got to win by 2. And if I win, then it goes to 1-all. Then it'll be a tiebreaker to 10. Yeah, so I always actually dreamed in my head, like, that would be so cool, doing tiebreaker to then win. Yeah. But it just so happens when we went to the tiebreaker, I lost the tiebreaker. So then I lose again, 2-love. Now, here's the thing. And then I play my last game of that day. I know I've got one more game to play because, then the losers meet the losers, right? So then I'm playing the loser of each of those games that went to that way. So then I'm playing. And, this guy's got a good serve. He wins the spin and he takes his serve. And he's got a good serve. But I don't know, for some reason, my confidence is there and I'm hitting some good shots. We're on an AstroTurf thing, so my spin is really working here. Yeah, so my spin is working. And plus, I'm left-handed, and not a lot of people are used to playing left-handed because obviously it spins the other way. So they're not used to it. Unless they're very experienced, they take a step to the side, this type of thing. Yeah, so anyway, I've got to keep my mindset straight. And I win the first set 4-1. So then I went at 4-1. And this is where, and I did a video about this the other day, this is where I realized I must be addicted to losing, because I lost, I only won one game at this point. And then I come back into a new tournament. I lost. So then I'm winning 4-1, one set. And I'm thinking, yeah, I got this in the bag. I'm going to win. And I had this feeling inside. It was like, yeah, but I don't like running away with a game like this, 4-1. Does it mean that I'm winning and really the other person's not that good, so it don't really count because I didn't beat the other people and I should have beat those other people? And all of this crazy stuff starts going on in my head. Guys, can you understand this? Like, anybody listening live right here, can you understand what's going on? Does anything ever happen? This happens in property investing. Look, I've trained thousands of people all over the world. I've interviewed thousands of people. I've hired hundreds of people for the businesses that I've been involved in, the business that I've created. And I understand that this little voice, this imposter syndrome, this feeling of I'm not good enough, even when I'm winning. So when I'm losing, I'm not good enough. When I'm winning, now it's like, oh, I'm still not good enough because maybe this guy is just an easy guy and anybody would beat him. Yeah, because the losers meet the losers. Yeah, so then this starts going on my head. And I know this happens in property investing. I know this happens and it stops people from getting their first deal, their next deal, or going into a bigger deal, or even just continuing on their personal development journey. Now, sometimes people become a know-it-all, they think they know everything, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, things start crashing and burning, and then you got all kinds of chaos and problems to deal with. But then justifications will happen. So I'm playing this tennis game, and I'm like, yeah, I can win this, I can win this. I'll put it this way, the second set, I lost 4-1. So I won the first one 4-1 and I lost the other one 4-1. And I'm thinking, what's going on? So now we've got to play this tiebreaker to first to 10. And now I'm like, whoa, the pressure's now on, because here it is. The pressure's on. In fact, I forgot the score. And you're going to realize by the time I finish this episode, you're going to realize why. I forgot the score. What is it, Leamington? Yeah, this guy put it on. Yeah, he hit. Oh, buy extra. Where's my tournaments? Yeah, you're going to realize by the end of it. Yeah, what was the score in this one? So the draws, here we go. You're going to realize why I don't remember the score on this one. So when I played this game here, yeah, here we go. So I won 4-1, lost 4-1. So then it's a tiebreaker first to 10, but you got to win by 2. And I remember at one point being something like 6-3 down. And I was just thinking in my mind, 6-3 down, I just focus on my points. Yeah, forget their points. I know I just got to score 7. That's what I got to go to. I'm just aiming for 10. And that's what the philosophy I played. So I ended up getting in the lead, by the way. Yeah, so I getting in the lead, I find myself in a calm place. And it's because the whole day was brilliant. Even though I was losing, I was playing good tennis, playing good shots. The first guy was just totally better than me, and he beat me. What I don't like is when they don't beat me, I lost, if you know what I mean. So I lost because I made unforced errors. I was hitting it into the net. Now, you got to be careful in business that you don't lose, because most people are saying that they're beaten by the interest rates, by the government, by other people, by people ripping them off, by they can't recruit a team, by they can't raise money. And they're like, oh, that's beating me. No, 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 no. That's not really what's happening. What's happening is you're losing because you are not focusing on your game. So here, I was still happy that I was focusing on my game, even though I lost the matches. I lost the matches, got some more experience from it, and now I find myself in the third game with a couple more matches under my belt. And what then started to happen, I started to take the lead, got it back to 6, got to 7. And anyway, I think at one point it was 8 all. Then it went to 9 all. Yeah, so now it's I can't even just get to 10. I've got to win by 2. So then I went 10-9 up, and then I ended up winning that tiebreaker 11-9. So then bang, my second win was in the bag. Yeah, my second win was in the bag. So here's a question. What happens if all the lenders stop lending money? Yeah, that's not going to happen. Because look how much money is in the banking industry, and they make money from lending money. Yeah, so if there's no one lending any money, there's no banking industry. Yeah, and the powers that be, let's call it that, they're just not going to let that happen. It's too valuable for them. Yeah, it's too valuable for them. So anyway, going back to this, so that's the first day. I was so happy driving back, great job, learning lessons, all the rest of it. But that was 4 hours of tennis. So I played 4 hours of tennis. I burned about 2,500 calories active, throughout that day, which was insane. So get home, have food, feeling dizzy, I need calories, bang, bang, bang. The place didn't even sell really healthy food, so I didn't have any healthy food. Forgot to take bananas with me, all the rest of it. So I learned lessons. So the next day I took bananas with me. Yeah, but the second day, so then I'm traveling to another tennis tournament. So then I see someone who I played previously, and I'm thinking that was in December. I'm better now. Maybe I could beat this person. They weren't amazing. And here's the thing. Here's a big lesson about the property market and the business market. When I look on here, so on the ALTA website, I look on it and you can see how many games they've played. You can see how many they've won. You can see how many they've lost. All of that stuff. Yeah, let's see if this has been updated. Yeah, don't look like it is because it's still here. Yeah, draws. Here we go. Men's singles. Yeah, it has been updated. Yeah, so this guy, let me go to his profile. So I'm looking and I'm like, oh, head to head, he's beat me one time before. So then I go to his profile, and you got to remember, I'm used to seeing people play. Like one kid has played like 1,000 games. 18-year-old kid I played against played 1,000 games. Absolutely nailed me. So I'm looking at this game and I'm like, oh, he's played 19 games. That's actually less than me. Yeah, I'm in with a chance here. I'm in with a chance. So I went in all confidence. I get there. I'm there an hour early. I'm warming up with some other kid who's there as well. And then it comes to the draw, and it's like, yeah, your player's late. I'm thinking, this guy's late. He's not even serious. He don't even play that much. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm good. We're doing the warm up, hit a few frame shots, and he's hitting a few shots, and it weren't that amazing. And I'm thinking, bam, I'm in here for the win. I'm going to win the tournament here. And I got all jacked up and overexcited. So, you got to ask yourself, who's done this before? Who on here has done this before? Where it's like, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to raise all the money under the sun. I'm going to get all the deals under the sun. I'm going to go out there. Yeah. And so that's what I did in this tennis game. And I'm going out there. And then all of a sudden, bam, some shots, 40 love. I lost the first game. Yeah. Then I'm serving and I lose 40 love again. I'm like 2-0 down in the first set. I didn't score a point. Yeah, this is a joke. My first point I win is because he hit it into the net. So I'm like, I haven't even won. So then I lost 40-15. So technically I scored a point, but I still haven't won a point. I didn't hit a point yet. 3-0 down. So cut a long story short on that game, so I want to get to the juicy bit. I then lost 4-love to this guy. And then I asked him after, I'm like, yeah, man, good. We're having a chat. And he's like, you okay? Because I'm just on the floor. I'm like, I'm not in tears, but like inside, I think I'm crying. And Nikki was on the side. She was, you all right? I'm like, no, I'm not all right. I'm mad. I'm cheesed off. Like, why did that happen? But it turns out this guy's a club player. Yeah, so he plays loads of club games. By the way, this guy ended up winning the tournament. Yeah, the guy I played against, and he knocked me out in the first round. When I look, he's only played 19 games. Never judge a book by its cover. That's what you got to remember. Yeah, so I'm going in there with some false sense of security that, like, little old me after 6 months have played more games than this guy. Maybe this guy ain't really that good. Yeah, but really, he was brilliant, and he won the whole tournament. Yeah, and the person he beat in the final was pretty good as well, which I never got to play because obviously we never met. So I lost my first game, so I started playing the consolation towards the consolation final. So we were set to play 3 games that day. So I was really upset myself. I'm trying to debrief it. We've got a debriefing model. Nikki's saying, come on, what worked? Let's start with what worked. And we have this whole debriefing model that we teach in property investing, which is super important. You don't have and people dismiss it, by the way. But if you don't have this mechanism, your business is going to not reach its true potential. Yeah, and probably will fail. Yeah, I might, go as far as saying that. Because if you don't have a debriefing method, you don't know a way to find out what's working. Yeah, I was just speaking to Blair Singer today. He was reminding me about Mac Newton. Mac Newton, he's got 2 Super Bowl rings. He was the health conditioning coach for two teams that won the Super Bowl. That's insane. He was the highest ranked Taekwondo black belt in North America. This guy, is a top athlete. He runs a gym in Arizona. You go into his gym. I went there for a week working out with him. He trains at 100 degrees. What's that in Celsius? About 40 or whatever. Yeah, you're going in there. He's sitting down and he's explaining what you're going to do in the session. You're already sweating. You haven't even done anything yet. You're just sitting there. Yeah, and he says, like what? Like, take a look at your results, and when you get some good results, take a look at what you did and do more of that. Yeah, if you get some results that are not so good, take a look at what you did to get those results and stop doing that. Yeah, so this is kind of the basis of the debrief. Yeah, but in my mind, I just want to say everything that's wrong, and I didn't want to focus on everything that was right. I had about 2 things to say what was right, and everything else was wrong. What did you learn? I was being hard on myself, being hard on the situation, coming from emotion. That's when you got to have team players around you. People say they want to be around like-minded people. I say you got to be around trained people, because like-minded people, when everything's great, then everything's great. When everything's bad, then everything's bad, because you're all like-minded. You go up and down together. Yeah, I need someone to pull me out of my crap. Yeah, so God bless Nikki, who was there and helped me do that. Took a little bit longer than it probably should have, but here's the thing: that's awareness, and that's what you got to be aware of. Most people, they'll go pointing the finger and blaming without even realizing that that's what they're doing. Here's the next thing. So I then play another game. And I'm thinking, okay, next for this game, confident. I like it when the players talk to me. It kind of settles my nerves. You know, when you got to walk up to the court, they don't really talk to you. There's no talking at all. There's no like, personality. I don't know. Something's a bit off there. So it made me a bit more calm, and I think I'm up for this game. I'm ready. I was talking about wearing a glove. My hands are cold, this and that, and all this crazy stuff. So it's good. We start playing, and let's take a look at this score. I just need to remind myself. Yeah, what happened to this score? Yeah, so my second game, where did I go? I went this way. Yeah, so I'm playing this guy. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, so then the first set, I lose 4-1. So I lose 4-1. Now, I'm playing some good shots, but I'm still hitting some in the net. And now the pressure's on because he's hitting some good shots and he just keeps returning it, right? And then his serve's really good. My serve's getting weaker because I'm less confident. So here's the thing. As time goes on in the property investing journey, the more YouTube videos people watch, the more things that people are, trying to just take on more technical. Like if people say, you got to do this, you got to do that. And then more technical. It's like, this is not really helping me right now. There's only so much technical information I need. Yeah. Now I need to know how to put the technical information into play. So as the match is going on, I'm getting less confident. And my mind, it's only my mind. It's like I don't have less technique. I don't have less strategies. I don't have less, ability or knowing how to swing the racket and hit the ball. Yeah, but the mindset starts making me back off. And I'm like, not getting in position. I'm tensing up. I'm like, making it all rubbish. So I lose 4-1. And then at one point, I really started getting angry at myself. Like I gritted my thing, almost like hitting the racket on my head. And then, so anyway, one of the shots I came really close to the net with. Yeah, and I got it back. And then he lobs it over me. And I'm like, I'm quick. I can get there, turn around and start running. But it was just out of reach. And I started getting close to the fence, which is obviously behind the court. And then I realized I'm not going to be able to get it and hit it back. So I just carried on running and literally ran into the fence and kicked the fence. And I'm glad I was wearing a good, robust tennis shoe, because if I wasn't, I reckon I'd have bust my foot. Yeah, I really kicked it. Yeah, I kicked the fence. Like it was one of those metal grid fences. You probably understand around a tennis court, around sporting things. Literally left a dent in it. Yeah, it was mad. Yeah, and I'm losing my mind. And then he wins a bit 4-1. So I lost 4-1, 4-1. And at this point, I'm like, this is garbage. This is crap. I can see people on the crowd who are watching the games. Yeah, these are like, now my little voice is going mad. Like, these laughing at me. Are you talking about me? Like, I'm just waiting for one of them to say something so I can go insane and be like, what you say? But like, I know I would like calm myself down and all of that stuff. But at the heat of the moment in my mind, guys, you got to watch out for this, because this happens in property investing. People get mad with themselves. They get mad with each other. They blame their spouse. They blame their kids. They blame their boss. You got to be careful. You got to get on the straight and narrow. You got to figure out what's going on. So like, I've got to calm down here. So then I'm like, Liverpool are playing Man U. Oh my God. Like I lost these 2 games. I lost my mind. Like if Liverpool lose as well, this is going to be like, I'm thinking in my head, like, this is going to be a bad day. This is going to be a bad day. So I'm like, how can I bring myself back? So I know I've got 1 game left to play. So then it's like, sorry, you're going to have to wait. They've only just started. So I'm like, I've got an hour to wait. I've got an hour to sit there in the clubhouse, listening to my little voice, eat away at my soul. What do? So I go back to the clubhouse. And then I see another guy waiting for a game. Now, in these tournaments, sometimes you can play extra games. I wonder where they put that extra game, by the way. Did they put that extra game? Where did they put it? Wait, they better put that on there. Where's my game? Where is my game? I wonder if they put it on here. Oh, all matches. Yeah, I hope they put it on here, Anyway, I can't find it, but I'll tell you what happened. Yeah, so anyway, I find him and I was like, do you want to play a game while we're both waiting? We might as well get an extra game in. Yeah, so anyway, we do the game and we start playing, and this guy then starts saying to me, so it's first to 4 games. This is how the tournaments work. So like we can get around the whole tournament in 1 day. So then I start playing and I start winning. So I'm 3-1 up. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna play my other game now because they're finished. I'm like, no, no, we're gonna see this through. And he's like, oh, we'll see what happens after this game. So now my mind is like, what? This guy don't like me, doesn't want to play against me. Finally, I'm starting to win. Is this a joke? What's going on? So then anyway, and I thought I've won. I thought I've won this. I just got to win this one game, and then I'll talk to him to say, come on, we're just going to play the second set. Well, anyway, I was 3-1 up, then it was 3-2, then it was 3-3. So we have to go tiebreaker to 7. So we go tiebreaker to 7, and I think, I can't find it on here, but I won the tiebreaker anyway. Yeah. So when I won that tiebreaker, he was like, okay, game done. I was like, yeah, but we got to play the second set, because what they're going to do, just put one set as a record on there. And then it was like, oh, no, it doesn't count. I said, yeah, it don't count to the tournament, but it counts as an LTA game. And he's like, okay, so we'll play again. So anyway, then I won that second set 4-1. So yes, I recorded another victory that weekend. So now I'm a bit more positive in my debrief. And this is what sometimes all we need to be able to do is just get a win, which is why celebrating wins is so, so important. It's so overlooked. It's so just not done. It's underrated. Celebrate. Oh yeah, bravo. Bravo, bravo. No, you got to go for it. I mean, we just got offer accepted on a property that we're doing. Is we turn it into 9 units, like 6 studios, 3 double ensuite rooms. Got the offer accepted. We ain't even going to view it. Yeah, we're going to view it tomorrow. One of the team is going to view it tomorrow. But you got to celebrate that. We got up, we're dancing at dinner. The kids are involved. You got to celebrate your business wins. You got to celebrate your property wins. The day you stop doing that is the day that you're taking away from yourself. So anyway, now I win this game, and now I'm playing an old guy, right? Veteran. Yeah, this guy is a well and true veteran. I've been watching him play. Peter, his name is. What a sport. What do you call it? Sportsmanship. Yeah, the sportsmanship from this guy, brilliant, excellent. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. Because really, what happened was I'm looking at this guy when he's playing other people, and he's clever. I mean, he's not the fastest around the court, but I think his mind, he knows how to play it. He's hitting the ball dead close over the net. He can serve, all of this stuff. So anyway, I'm going to play my now final game. At this point, I've played tennis for like 4 hours the day before, close to 4 hours, probably 3.5 hours already on that day. My legs are starting to go like jelly. So my mind starts kicking in. You're tired. You're going to get injured. You're going to have a heart attack. All this crazy stuff. Like I feel like tired. I haven't ate. I need calories. All I had was a shake in the morning with a banana. And all I ate was like bananas, like 3 or 4 bananas. That was it. No real other anything. Yeah, so all this crazy stuff's going in my head. So then we get to the court, and I'm like, normally you'd have to have a hit, right? And I've just finished playing, so I'm warm. Yeah. And I say to this guy, so you want to hit? And he's like, no, let's just crack on. And I'm thinking, yeah, fine, So then he wins the spin, so he serves first. First 2 serves, double fault. Next 2 serves, double fault. So then I win. I'm up, like love 30, I'm up. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I'm regretting not warming up now. So, and I'm thinking, no, I'm going to win. This guy's giving me points. I'm going to win another game. So then like we get into it, and then all of a sudden, so I go 2-0 up. So I break his serve, then I win my serve. So I go 2-0 up, but then he wins 2. He wins. So then it's 2-1. Then it's 2-2. Then it's 3-2 to him. And I'm like, my little voice is kicking in saying, oh my God, he just wasn't warm, but now he's warm. He's kicking your ass. Yeah. And like now like, the confidence from before was almost taken away, because I was like, well, really, I wasn't that good. Really, he just wasn't warm. Yeah. So you imagine how this works in business. You go get a few wins, but then some things happen out there, like, a deal gets lost. The vendor changes their mind. Someone comes and gazumps you and bids more. An investor you thought you had, now you don't have, even though you never had them. But that's all the learnings, right? Yeah. So then that kills people. That kills people's confidence, just like it was killing my confidence. So now I'm like, oh my God, if I lose the first set, it's a long way back. And now I start thinking about the length of the journey. Yeah. And that's killing my soul. And a lot of people, they do this in property. They're like, how can I build a £3 million property portfolio, in the next 12 months? How can I do it? I've got to do this, got to do that. And they don't celebrate any of the wins. So I've got to like focus. Let me get it down. Yeah. So then anyway, I am then thinking, I've got to do something here. got to find calm, got to get centered. So I'm 3-2 down in the first set. So then I win the next game and I win it 40-love. So now I'm feeling confident. So now it goes to 3-all. We go to a tiebreaker, first to 7, to see who wins the set. So I'm like, got to win this first set. If I win this first set, I'm in a good position. So anyway, what was that first one? Let me check this. Let me check this out. Matches. Oh my God, hold on a second. Draws. I want to give you the correct way that this went. Yeah, I don't even see where this is. This guy ain't filled this in properly. Yes, now I remember. Yeah. So anyway, so we're quite close. I think he goes a few points up. Then I brought it back, and then eventually he wins the thing 7-5. So he wins it 7-5. So I'm like, man, all of that work I put in, you know, my energy is now depleting even more. My serve, I just can't get my serve in. I'm lacking confidence. So like when I'm lacking confidence, I'm not hitting it properly. So I'm doing a lot of faults. I'm giving a lot of stuff away and all of this stuff. So then I'm like, well, I've got to win this set. And if I win this set, it goes to 1-all, and then we have a tiebreaker to 10. And I'm like, that happened to me yesterday, and I won that tiebreaker. Get your head in gear, Mark. We're going to do this. So then we play. So remember, I went 2-0 up before on the first set, and then lost. Or he went 3-2 up, 3-all, and then he wins 4-3. So then, by the way, and this is the title at the bottom, from losing my shit, in the first 2 matches to then winning the third match. Now in this match, thinking this is for the taking. Like if I play my shots right, if I play my game, if I focus on what I'm doing, then this is what can happen. Yeah. So then I go 2-0 down, and I'm just like, this is a joke. This guy's 1 set up, 2-0 down. Yeah. Then I bring it back to 2-2. I think the guy got a bit comfortable, this and that. Then he goes 3-2 up again, and I'm like, man, this is crazy. So it's 3-2 to him, 1 set to him. Yeah. And I think he's serving, and we get to a point where I think it's like 40-30. So it's match point to this guy. And I'm just like, block everything out. All of my training now has got to be in this place. Can't afford to be like not paying attention, because one slip up, the game's over. He's won. So anyway, bang, 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 hit a few shots. Yes. Deuce, 40-all. But the thing is, in fast 4 competitions, there's no advantage. So deuce is sudden death. So we're still at match point to him, because if he wins this, it's match point. If I win, we go 3-3, and we're going into a tiebreaker, which we already had a tiebreaker for the first set. So like, again, the matches go in the distance. And at this point, I've played like 9 hours of tennis over these 2 days. And trust me, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like I'm going to sit down. I'm going to be sick. This ain't working. My legs are going, my right leg, which has, cruciate ligament. I did my ACL. It's got a hip problem, like all of this little voice stuff, bringing all the crap of all the reasons why, I'm weak. I can't do it, all the rest of it. You guys know what I mean, right? In business, in life, when you're just about to pull the trigger, when you're just about to win, when you're just about to have one of the biggest triumphs in your whole life. Yeah. And your mind's telling you all the things why you can't do it, why you're tired, why it's going to take too long, why it's not going to work, all of this stuff. A match point to him. Bang, 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 few shots. Boom. Yes, I win that point. 3-3. We're now going into the second tiebreaker of this particular match. So this tiebreaker, let me cut the story short on this tiebreaker. I win this tiebreaker 7-2. So I win the last game. Yeah, then the momentum is with me. So now what people do when the momentum's with them, what do? They get excited. They get enthusiastic. Yes, I'm winning. I can do this. So I start moving forward, thinking, bam, 1st to 10, tiebreaker, bring it on. This is for the match. Yeah, and this is my final. Yeah, this is my tournament final. This is what's in my head. It's like, Mark, This is what you live for. This is what you play for. Heat the moments like this, whether it's on the tennis court, whether it's in a multi-million-pound negotiation, whether it's raising 100 million for the resorts, whether it's running a $2 billion a year business, which this is what the resorts are going to be. 5-year target, open 50 locations in 12 different countries. We're looking to add a 13th country to that too. Yeah, is insane. So this is the moment. Like, let's do this. So we go out there, yeah, and we start playing. Bam! He serves first. So on a tiebreaker, one player will serve one time, then it will be the other person's serve, and they'll serve twice, and then twice, and you keep swapping. So he does his serve first, and bam, I win the point. So I'm like, I'm 1-0 up. Now it's my turn to serve. Yeah. And then boom, I lost 2 points and I'm 2-1 down. I'm like, man, he just broke 2 of my serves. Now it's his serves. Anyway, we get to the point of the games. 1st to 10, remember, the tiebreaker to win this match. He is winning 8-3. He is 8-3 up. I am dragging my ass. I am tired. I am puffing, huffing, whinging, complaining. And I'm like, remember my training. Now, for those people that have been to Property Wealth Turbo, this is one of the most valuable lessons that I have ever experienced myself. And I feel blessed to have been able to let other people know this, especially in the property market. So people who went to this PWT in 2019, just before all that craziness in 2020, this was very good for them. But because let me tell you what came to my mind. 8-3 down. I'm 8-3 down. He's 2 points away from winning this. And I said to myself, it's not over until it's over. So I just blocked out his 8 points. And I'm like, I'm on 3, 7 points to go. That's what we're going to do here. Yeah, so 8-3, 7 points. Bam, I win it. Next one, 8-4. And you know what's confusing? When you're serving, then your point comes first. So he's shouting out, 3-8. And then he's shouting 4-8. And then 5-8. And then back over to him. So then it's 8-5. Then it was 8-6. Then it was 8-7. Yeah. And then it's back over to me. 8-all. And I'm like, whoa. So I managed to really have nothing to lose because he should have won that game. On paper, like, you're 2 points to go. All I need to do is make 2 mistakes, and it's over. We're at 8-all. But now my little voice kicks in. It's like, well, now you brought it back to this. You've had all of the momentum. And in tennis, sometimes the momentum keeps switching. So now it's like, oh, the momentum's going to switch back. And Arsenal fans know what I'm talking about here because they've had all the momentum. And yeah, you scored 3 goals, past Bournemouth to win 3-2. But your momentum's gone. It's swayed over now. Liverpool are going to come through, steam through on the finish line. Yeah. Yeah, you get it. So the momentum switches. So now I'm thinking, man, like I've scored all my points now. And he's still only 2 points away. Yeah. So then what happens? Yeah, bam, 9-8 to me. I'm like, whoa, match point. So I already saved 2 match points from the other side. So he was like 2 match points. And I'm thinking, now I'm in the same position. Match point to me. Just win. Putting pressure, trying to serve quick. So then my first serve's out. So then my second serve's like soft and slower because like I need to get it in now because like I don't want to double fault and give a cheap point away. So now I'm just knocking it over. So then bam, and then it's 9-all. And I'm no, now I've got to go to 11. Yeah. So then bam, 10-9 to me. Yes, match point to me again. Stay calm, stay easy. But then I put pressure on myself because I'm like, got to do it. First serve, out again. Second serve, soft and slow, just because I've got to get it in. Boom, 10-10. And I'm like, whoa, got to go to 12. So play again. Boom, 11-10 to me. Match point one more time. Yeah, and then it comes down to the last one. It's Pete's serve, and he serves the first one. Bam, fault. I'm like, okay, second. So his second serve. See, my second serve is a bit slower because I want to make sure I get it in. His second serve, I couldn't tell the difference between his first or second serve. It wasn't even any slower. So I'm like, oh man. Like normally I would take a step forward when someone's second serve is a bit slower so I can attack it. But with this, I thought I got to stay back and I'm nervous and feeling just like stay in the moment. Ball comes over, boom, hit it back across, bang, 12-10, winner. And I said to myself, and here's the clincher. I already said in my head, no matter what happens here, when it was about like 9-8 and all of this, You know, whatever happens, this has been one of the best games. Pete's sportsmanship was absolutely amazing. Been a great game. Everyone both had us running over the court. We obviously took it the whole distance. We played the maximum amount of games and the tiebreaker at every set, tiebreaker to finish the game. So I said, I think that took the pressure off me, because I was like, either way, I'm going to be happy with this. Played some good tennis, and it made me settle. Yeah. So guys, we got to find ways and mechanisms to help us settle and find peace, so we can just play the game and know and do what we know we can do. Which, guys, you can pick up phones, you can ask questions, you can find out information, you can help people get what they need. And that's what property investing is all about. That's what business is all about. That's what life's all about. This has been an incredible episode. I know we've got the Real Life Mastermind coming up shortly after this. So you Real Life Tribe members, I always like to give you a little bit of time to go ahead and do that. And yeah, fantastic. So, oh my God, yeah, you're in for a massive treat who's doing this. So guys, do reach out, and what we're going to be doing, we're going to be assessing who and see if anyone's meet the criteria. You've got to share this, share it on your timeline, tag at least 10 people in there, and we're going to be giving a free book. I'll send it to you free. All we're going to do is all those people who do it, it'll make a good movie. It's going to be part of the movie. It's going to be part of the movie, part of a bigger movie. Yeah. So guys, what's this? Yeah. I went from losing my shit to owning my shit. Yeah. Kicking the fence, wanting to smash stuff up, wanting someone to just say something to me so I could blow up. And then in the end, I owned it. And I owned it, and I took control of it. And that's what the 5 freedoms are all about. That's what DYTP is about. Discover your true potential. Insane. By the way, if you want to get on a Real Life University Mastermind, guys, it's $9.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Yeah. RLU.app, RLU.app. Just go ahead and sign up. You can cancel it anytime, but go and see all the videos on there, see the masterminds, and then get access to 2 live masterminds, one business and property mastermind and one discover your true potential mastermind. We have one this Wednesday for DYTP. It's how to build and scale a remote team and build a championship team remotely. So you guys are awesome. So until next time, you got to do the right thing for the right reason, because that is the only way to discover your true potential. Peace and love to everybody. See you soon.